Now the ones that I'm leaning towards, I have a bunch of random weird shit I need to do today, and I'm doing a lot of changes lately, and those changes are ones that I really feel the need to do for myself, but it kind of feels like shooting yourself in the foot and taking a few steps back, because I'm like disrupting the flow of what I had happening. So it's like if I focus on like my immediate results, it's not a very good thing right now. But I'm doing all these changes because I feel like I need to. It's kind of like hitting the reset button. But with that said, I gotta clean the studio, I gotta prep some canvases. I showed you guys the paint swatches that I had gotten, and I picked up a couple more because I was looking at this magazine and it had this one ad in it that had a paint color that I was like, ooh, that would be kind of nice. So I ended up going and grabbing some more swatches of paint colors to choose from. And also, last time I was showing you guys, I was like, dude, I could just take them off the wall and show you what I have going on. Okay, so the three I had originally narrowed it down to. Looking at this color was one of the original three, which I think this is the one that stands out the most for me. If I'm going for more of a black color, I've been looking at this. And then this one was like the bluest. Anyway, so those were like the original three, where I was leaning towards, this one. There's this color, and this color. These are the two I'm leaning towards though. Looking at the, like how the colors look with the charcoal, because that's a huge situation. And also I have like gold frame that I've been like comparing and seeing, you know, what do these, how does the color look? These little cards I was putting here because I thought I would love to see what it would look like next to darker charcoal, to see what would make it pop or what would stand out better with the dark charcoal, which, you know, I did. I am gonna get some paint swatches so I can actually see what the paint looks like in a bigger area. That's too many colors. I think I gotta narrow it down more, but right now I'm leaning towards that Cascade color. That was actually pretty nice. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm gonna take you along with it. I'll show you when I start painting, and I gotta take the wood stuff off my walls. And I was thinking about adding like carpets, which with the charcoal dust sounds absurd, but like I've already got carpet in here. So I was thinking of adding, not carpets, some rugs, like minimal, what would you call that, weave depth little rugs. So I can just like pick them up and clean them outside every once in a while, you know? I think that might help, because I can't tear up this carpet. Anyway, I want to make it nice and cozy in here. Anyway, so that's the update on the paint. The other day I was sitting there thinking like, you know, I was using that charcoal pencil, the white on here a little bit. And then I thought, what if I just used colored pencil for color? So that might be an experiment I do. We'll see what happens. I gotta clean my studio because it's a mess. It's horrible in here. I need to clean that up. Look at these vintage headphones. I want to get them rewired and fixed. I used to use Used to use these all the time when I was a kid. Side note on that, I kind of want to take guitar lessons. I got my dad's guitars and I plunk around on them every once in a while. I had a guitar when I was a teenager that I plunked around on. I just have a hard time picking an instrument, so I've never fully committed. But I feel like it's time. I need to like take some guitar lessons to get a foundation going, and then maybe play some guitar, I guess. Hello? I put you on speaker because I have charcoal all over my hand. Guess I'll give a little tour, sort of what I have going on here. My random chair, my rocking chair. And then this wall, I just have like random canvases and shit. And then I kind of reorganized that to where I've got my erasers, more erasers, random tools, charcoal, the white, the sandpaper, heavier pieces of charcoal, the compressed. And then hiding over here, I've got my vine charcoal, my blending sticks, and my sponge type thingy-mabobbers. And I kind of went through this, though it's still covered in charcoal dust. I need to get one of those like little handheld vacuums, I think. And I got my gesso or my primer and my other little small easel, this easel, random little dude back there. Oh, like paint brushes and other tools, and then my cotton balls. I have a couple KN95 masks for when I get real dusty. I kind of vacuumed, but you can see that that's an artist floor for sure. And this mess I just need to go through and reorganize for another day. Respirator. I sit in front of the mirror spot. And then I have my blanket covering the vent because it's noisy as fuck and the air is always on because it's hot out. And behind the door I have some other random canvases as well. And then my wall of randomness, my couple lights, my window. It's a really small space. This is my little workspace. Kind of a messy clusterfuck, but whatever. I think a goal of mine would be to have a studio somewhere someday. I think that would be cool. All right, we're back. It's been a few hours, and by a few hours I mean quite a few hours. I have a canvas prepared with texture. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to draw. Let me brainstorm on that for just a second and we'll get right into it. As you will see here, I couldn't decide on what to draw. I started the first one, which turned into something that I wasn't really feeling at the time. And, you know, as I was looking at it, it was turning into something that had potential, but wasn't quite there. So then the second one, I barely even started before deciding it needed its own full dedicated video because the idea behind it just requires much more depth and description than what I was gonna give it here. So that went out the window. And then the other issue with those first two was that I had it in mind to have an injection of color, much more vibrantly so, and neither of those ideas would support that. I was thinking last night, I said I was gonna maybe use some colored pencils for the color, and it occurs to me that I don't know that I actually have any colored pencils. I used to. So let's dig around in the drawers for that. Alright. Apparently I don't. So pastel. I've got these pastels and these pastels. I guess this is going to turn into an impressionistic situation. So I ended up landing on depicting some globe mallow. They've got these globe mallow. They've got these really bright flowers that I thought would translate well onto the canvas. I really wish I would have stopped with just the flowers. It would have made like a really nice abstract veiled impression of the flowers. And like looking back on editing this, it looked really good there, but I was kind of afraid to do that because I thought it like wasn't enough for some reason for a piece of artwork, which is absolutely absurd when you think about it. So next time when I have that idea, or just kind of an instinctual, what am I trying to say here? An instinctual thought behind something, that maybe I should actually stick to that and see how it goes. But instead I kind of kept going. I would have been fine with even just a little bit of that little green that I put on the bottom there, that dark green with the orange. But yeah, I kept going, and it kind of, to me, it kind of devolved into this other thing, which it's not bad, it's just not my favorite, and most definitely not my best. 100% sure about what I'm doing here. I've never done the pastels the way that I'm doing them right now. There are definitely parts that I do not like, so I might mess with it some more later. Come on. It looks really blown out. Hold on a second here. What's going on here? Anyway, so that's what I've got going on so far. I'm really hot and I'm really sweaty, and it's dinner time. So I'm going to have dinner, maybe mess with that some more, and I'll get back to you for my final thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here with this. This is what it looks like. It's not the best thing in the world, but it was essentially like practice, because I don't normally do pastels in general, nor use them in this sort of application. So if you're a pastel artist and you have any points or tips or whatever, please let me know, because I would like to be able to add color every once in a while like this. Of course, I'd like just cleaned my studio, so after one session, I already messed it up. Look at my mess. Bam, there I go. I'm making messes. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time for the next weird little mess I make, or whatever happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. How many times can I say what happens? Okay. Bye. Holy shit. It is hot outside. All right. I went and got paint samples. I just got back. So I'm going to take these two down, and I'm going to do some paint swatches, and then we can stare at the colors for a little while, and you can give me input so we can figure out what the best color is. But first I gotta kind of clean up some of my pastel, because that's still on the ground, and then take these down. We don't want any paint dripping on my canvases. One of these days I'm going to probably do a video where I like try to finish old paintings or something. This guy. Oh no, this one's kind of a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll leave this one up. The stupidity that was me putting this up. I'm literally like an inch and a half, 2 inches too short to do this without standing on something. Don't do what I do. Have the paints. Oh, Cascades. Well, you can't even see me down here. I'm taking the colors out of the box, and I was like staring at the tag, like for a second I thought they didn't put the names of the paints on here, and I was like, no, how am I supposed to be able to tell? But never mind, it's there. Since this is a studio room, I'm not worried about fucking paint getting anywhere. I'm not fucking putting down any tape or anything. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a couple coats of this. I'm going to put a few coats of each of these down and let them dry, and I will get back to you guys, because all you're gonna be seeing is me putting down paint swatches. It's just gonna look like that. So we'll just fast forward to the here's the 4 colors, and here they are layered and dry. 3 coats. We got 3 coats on there. Bottom one, the sheen is not what I'm going to have it be. The samples are only in satin, and I plan on getting eggshell, I believe. So anyway, they do look a little darker now. Cascades, which is the greenest one. Anchor's Way, which is the bluest one. After the Storm, God, the glare. After the Storm, which is the blackest one. And then Moscow Midnight.